In today's fun little flow, we're going to begin in a child's pose. So knees wide, big toes coming to touch, and sinking the hips back toward the heels. Allowing the heart to melt down toward the mat. And taking just a few moments to settle into this present moment. Settling into the body. Taking some long, slow inhales and exhales. Letting go of what happened before you got here today, and letting go of what comes next. We'll begin to activate the posture, activating the arms, and then walking toward the right side of the mat, bringing the left ear down toward the mat, with the option of wrapping that right arm around the back. And if you've got a picnic table to use, maybe using that left hand on the edge of the table to pull you in a little more, melting down through the left side. And then we'll walk the hands across to the other side, bringing the right ear down toward the mat, the right side melting, an option to wrap that left arm around the back. One breath here. And then we'll unwind, come back to center, pause for just a moment. And then we'll make our way into a Sphinx pose. So that's going to be the full frontal body on the mat with the forearms on the mat, elbows under shoulders, lifting the head and chest. And then just a little gaze to the right and a gaze to the left. And then coming back to center, make your way into a downward facing dog, lifting the hips up and back. And from here, we'll just paddle out the feet, bending one knee and then the other. Stretching out the backs of the legs, waking them up. And then coming back to a neutral down dog, pressing into the palms. Then gazing forward between the hands, walk the feet to the top of the mat, finding a forward fold with feet about hip width apart. Option to grab opposite elbows, finding a little sway side to side. And then I like to use the table, so walking my hands toward one side, pulling in a little deeper, and the other. Just exploring, finding all the sticky spots in the backs of the legs that need opening today. If you've got the flexibility, maybe wrapping the arms around the legs. Then inhale halfway, lift, lengthen, exhale, fold. Come all the way to standing reverse swan dive, and then hands to the heart. From here, coming into mountain pose, arms at your sides, palms facing forward. And now we'll flow. Inhale, we'll bring the arms all the way up. Hands will meet at the top. Exhale, forward fold, hinging from the hips, flat back. Inhale, halfway, lift, lengthen. Exhale, step back to plank and lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Then the right leg extends up to the sky, opening up that right hip. Next inhale brings knee to nose. Exhale, press back. And then step the foot forward between the hands, finding a twist. Left hand stays down, right hand to the sky, twisting from the middle. Then the right hand can reach overhead, extending. Then right hand frames that foot. Left foot steps forward just a little bit for pyramid pose, both legs straight, folding over the front leg. Maybe walking the fingertips back a little further, getting a little more space. From here, we'll walk our hands around toward the right side, coming on the blade edges of both feet maybe, opening up for that IT band stretch. Again, using that table edge to pull in a little further. Then coming back to center, we'll prepare for a perch pose. So shifting weight into that front leg, so that we can bring the left knee next to the right and bring that left foot toward the glute. Maybe walking the fingertips back a little in this posture. And then coming back forward. We're going to bring the left leg down, keeping the right leg crossed. And we'll find a twist in this posture. Left arm hugs the right knee in. Right hand comes behind, twisting from the center. Continuing to ground down through both sits bones. And then keeping everything twisted here. Option to turn the head to face the opposite direction for a double helix. And then we'll come back toward the center, coming into cow face pose. So bringing that right foot further across toward the left. Finding a little wiggle there until we can get the legs crossed as much as possible, feet wide, and then fold forward over both legs. Take a long, slow inhale and a really slow exhale. And then coming back up to center, we're going to bring that right knee all the way around behind. And then folding forward. And maybe walking ourselves a little more toward the left. Using whatever you have available to deepen the stretch. I've got my hands down on the picnic table seat now. And then coming back up to center. Just make your way back into a downward facing dog as we prepare for the other side. From down dog, we'll shift weight forward into plank pose. And gently lower down to chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale for downward facing dog. From here, extending the left leg up to the sky, opening up the left hip. And then inhale, bring the knee to the nose again. Exhale, presses it back. Next inhale, knee comes forward, foot steps between the hands for the lunge twist, keeping the right hand down, the left hand up, twisting from the middle. High on the back toes, option to extend that left bicep over the ear. And then we'll find that pyramid pose again. So the hands frame the front foot, step the back foot forward. Both legs straight, fold in. Option to turn the fingertips around and walk them back any amount, deepening this stretch in the back of the legs. And then from here, making that IT band stretch. So we're walking the hands toward the left, coming on the blade edges of both feet. Using your breath. This one can be a little intense. And then coming back to center again, preparing for that perch pose. So we'll shift weight into the front foot, squeeze that right foot in. One full breath here. And then we'll step that right knee down, keeping the left foot twisted in front. Right arm hugs the left knee in, left arm comes behind. Twisting from the center as you ground down through both sits bones, gazing over the back shoulder. One full breath right here. And then turning only the head the opposite way as you keep the twist, double helix. And then coming into a cow face posture as you face forward. Bring those knees closer to each other, the feet a little bit wider, and then fold forward over both legs. We're really opening up in all directions in today's mini flow. And then as you come up, you'll swing that left leg back around behind you. And then find that fold down toward the right. This is a beautiful counter posture to the previous twist. Just bowing in, letting go. And then coming back up to center, get those palms down so that you can step back for downward facing dog. Pressing back, downward facing dog, bringing those hips up and back, pressing into the palms. From here, we'll gaze forward, step to the top of the mat, finding a forward fold, hugging in, opening up the backs of the legs a little more. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And then reverse swan dive. Bring it all the way up and hands straight down to the heart. Inhale, arms come up again. This time, keep them up. Right hand grabs the left wrist, reaching up and over toward the right. Feeling a stretch through that left side body, shifting some weight into that left hip. And then coming back to center, switching arms. Leaning toward the left, stretching through the right, shifting weight to the right. Come back to center again. Release the arms into cactus arms, opening the heart, baby back bend. And then coming back to center. From here, we'll bring the arms down as we forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and then we'll find a little roll up the